Hello everybody, and welcome to today's tutorial on a really fun tool called Flippity. You can see at the upper left hand corner of my screen that in order to get to this tool you'll go to flippity.net. Now in essence what Flippity is a page full of templates to create your own classroom activities. And these templates use largely Google Sheets in order to make these happen. Not all of them, but a number of them do. And you can see on the screen here, there are a variety of activities, including a quiz show, we'll come back to that one, a virtual breakout, a board game. You can see some other pieces like manipulatives, random name pickers. We've got some word search, crossword puzzle, word scrambles, a fun one down here called the snowman, which is a little bit like hangman. And for each of these, you can see that they have a demo button, which helps you to see kind of what it would do to see if it's really a good fit for your class or not, and then instructions on how to use it. So let's take a look briefly at, I'll show you the snowman because that's a really easy one. So if I choose demo, you can see obviously it's giving me a demonstration. I choose a letter that I think might be in this word. This might be good for things like sight words or even key terms for your class, famous people you want them to know, any variety of things that would help students to memorize the content that they need for your class. So let's see, and up here at the top is how many total puzzles I've gotten right and wrong. Okay, so let's try the letter E. Nope, so it came up here at the top to let me know that I did not get it right. Let's try an A. Okay, I do. I have two A's in there. So let's see, I'll try an L. Okay, I think I might know this word. Let's see if I get one wrong. Okay, you can see that the snowman is starting to melt, so that's how it lets you know that you are not doing so well. There's also a template for a flower pot where it loses petals as you get them wrong. Let's see if I can get another letter right. Okay, let's see. I'll see if I can get one wrong now. Oh, that poor snowman's really melting. All right, so let me go ahead and finish this one out. Okay, you can see the snowman's very happy. I got one snowman right and no puddles because I got it right before the snowman totally melted. And we could go on to the next word. So let's say we like this one and we'd like to play this in class. I'm going to go ahead and go back. And here are some instructions. And this one's very simple. All you have to do is put all of your words directly inside of here. You choose the type. Maybe you want an apple picker, a flower, or the snowman. The flower is the one I mentioned before. Title it, generate it, and then you'll start playing. And that's it. You can pull it up in class if you wanted to play that as a class. Let's take a look at another template. Now this one, the quiz show, does a little bit more and the instructions are a little more in depth. So let's look at this one together. We'll go ahead and demo this first. I want to show you what it looks like. Very similar to a game that you all know is Jeopardy. This is the general idea. I have used this in class parties before. This would be great for a review game at the end of a unit. A lot of different ways you can use this one. Okay. Let's say we're going to go with movies for 200. So you click right here. Who played Yoda in Empire Strikes Back? Okay, so to show the answer, I'll flip it. But let's say in this case we have 4 teams. Let's say that we flip it over and team 1 got that one right. So we'll go ahead and put a check mark next to team 1. To go back to our main board, we'll click the question, or rather the answer again. It's grayed out because we already did it. And team 1 now has 200 points. Let's go with The Simpsons for 400. Name this character. So let's say team 3 gets this one right. We'll go ahead and hit the check mark and flip it. And there's the answer. Okay, we'll go back and you can see now team 3 has 400 points. Now let's say on this one, what English word for dessert means foot in Spanish? Let's say team 4 tries this and they get this one wrong. So we'll hit the X. Bummer. It's pie. And now team 4 has minus 100. I love the scoring here because it really does take out that component of it so that that'll do that for you. Okay, so let's say we like this one and we're really wanting to do this for our own class. So how do we do that? Let's go back and we'll actually go to instructions on this one. So for instructions, this is a little more involved, but it gives you a little more flexibility as well. It's first telling us that we want to make a copy of this template, and we'll need to be into a Google account because this is going to use Google Sheets. Then after we are done editing all the questions, and I'll show you that, we're going to publish it, and these instructions are right here. And then you're going to choose the get the link here, and then you're going to be able to put that link anywhere. So this one isn't limited to pulling up this page. Once you have your own link inside of that Google Sheet that we're going to open up in just a second here, you can send that out. You can post it in an LMS. You can put it into an announcement, an email, anything you want. So let's start with what they're telling us to, which is make a copy of this template. So I'll go ahead and click on this. And notice the instructions are right here. So we're going to come back to this and just make sure we're following everything. Okay, so it's saying, do you want to go ahead and make a copy of it? I do. So let's go ahead and make a copy. And we're going to want to make sure that we name this something meaningful. See how up here it's a little bit generic. So let's say we're going to call this Chapter 3 Review. EDU, and then, whatever your class is. Okay, so you can see this is very simple. All you have to do here is put the questions and the answers. And you can see this is actually the template, but we can very easily go ahead and take these pieces out and put in our own content. So let me go ahead and just add in a couple of things here, and I'll pop back and show you how this lays out. Okay, so I made a few changes to this, and I renamed the categories, and I put in just a few questions here just to give you an idea. A couple things I should have pointed out before, and let me point them out now. The first is that in our template, let me go back. This was our original template. There are a couple of ways to bring in outside content. For example, this one brings in an outside image, and this one brings in a YouTube video. All you have to do is keep the same structure. So notice that it has bracket, bracket, and then the YouTube link, and down here it has bracket, bracket, and then image colon, and then the image name, or image link rather. All you have to do is keep that in, and you can use it in your own template. So let me go back to mine again. And I also should have mentioned that there's a final Jeopardy, and I'll show you how that works. Okay, so let me go back to the instructions since we are done with our questions. What do we do next? Okay, so it says when you are done, we want to go to File, Share, Publish to the Web, and then choose Publish. It's also worth noting it says everything in the blue, don't touch. It's kind of code for how the system will know what to do with it. So the categories and these down here, just leave alone. Okay, so it told us to go to File, and then Share, and then Publish to the Web. And then it told us to choose Publish. And we want to say yes to that. Okay, now here is the link, and let's go back and see what it tells us to do now. So click on the Get the Link Here tab of the template at the bottom. Okay, so we're going to go back, and let me move this down a little bit so you can see this better. All right, you see where at the bottom here it says Get the Link Here? We're going to go ahead and click that, and here is the link. Okay, and this is just reminding us to make sure we publish this, which we did. So when I click on this, there's a couple different things that we can do here. I think the easiest is to choose right here where it says Copy Link. So let's do that. I'm going to open up a new tab for us here, and let's see what our game looks like. Okay, now remember, I only have questions in this top row. This was just for demo purposes. So if I click on, say, something down here, the question is blank as well as the answer. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so let's look at our fun facts first. So we'll come up here to the top, we'll click the 100, we'll say what number is the only one with the same amount of letters? Do we know that one? Let's say team 1 did. We'll flip it, 4 is correct. So let's head on back. Let's pull up our famous people here. Okay, and it's asking who is this? So we start to watch it. Okay, so let's say team 3 got that right. John F. Kennedy. Okay, so let's head on back. Okay, so what I had forgotten to show you before was the Final Jeopardy. So if I click on this, I'll go to Final Jeopardy, and then what I wanted to show you was each of the teams can choose to wager whatever they have, just like in the Jeopardy game. So the team 1 can choose to wager 100, and it shows you what they have right now. So team 2 is going to go ahead and wager 200. Team 3 is going to try 400. Team 4 is going to stay right at 100. So we flip it, what is commonly known as the powerhouse of cells. So let's say team 1 got it right, team 2 got it wrong, team 3 got it right, team 4 got it wrong, and it was mitochondria. So if we come back, then it has automatically adjusted the scores based on what they chose to risk in order to answer that last question. So this is just one of the games. What I like about it is it really does step you right through it. It gives you a helpful template to follow so that you can really just copy and paste your own questions into those categories, keeping in mind that the blue you want to leave there, and that if you want to bring in YouTube or something else, you can use the templates that they had laid out for you. And there was one that kind of showed you how an image would work as well. So this is, let me go ahead back to Flippity one more time. This is just one game. This Flippity virtual breakout room works very similarly. Let me just show you very briefly what this one looks like. If we hit the template here, you're going to see a new Google Sheet come up after I make a copy of it. And I want to show you that this one, it's a little bit like a scavenger hunt. Looks a little bit different. You want to leave the blue where it is. These are clues, these are hints, these are answers. If I show you a demo of this, you can get an idea what this one looks like. It's kind of questions that they have to answer via padlocks. So it's asking me here, what has keys but no locks, space but no room. You can enter but you can't exit. Here's your hint. That's a pretty big hint there. So if I type in what I think the answer is, it'll tell me yes, and I can go on to the next one. So this is how this game works. There is such a variety of games that you can play using Flippity, or things that might just help you in the classroom. It's certainly worth checking out. And again, all of those instructions are there to help guide you right through it so that you can set these up quickly and easily in your classroom. So I encourage you to take a look at this and see if this is something that you might be able to use in your class with your students and your content. Good luck.